Chemical trails over Lillooet. It's Friday, March 5th, 2010. We're looking at another white Lockheed Martin jet laying another trail just over Lillooet. You can look, we're looking south, or essentially south, down the Fraser River Valley from Lillooet. The town is on my left, or I mean on my right. That jet would be about 30 kilometers out of town. You notice the usual pattern. We dump a trail just over the valley. This goes on every day that it's clear. You can see there's a mist in the air today. That's not smoke from fires. Since 8 o'clock this morning, there's been about 1, 2, 3, 4 trails laid from south to north, and now we're in for our afternoon crop dusting of the people. The essential difference here is the persistence of the cloud. It starts to droop there. This is Canada, my friends. Crop dusting people over Statmic Nation. Unbelievable. We've got 15 police officers sitting in a little shed on the other side of those trees. These dead pine beetle trees, by the way. I did a plumbing job for the local forestry cop last week, and he told me that every ponderosa pine tree is going to succumb to this beetle infestation because of our winters. Now, looking at this chemtrail, this is going to spread out and it'll look like a rib-shaped pattern. It'll eventually become the entire width of the sky. And then the buddies will come and lay another one if the wind is just right to poison all 8,000 native people in this area. The sad thing to me, this is looking due north here. The sad thing to me about this is I can't talk to anybody. They're all asleep, watching TVs, doubting. Even the local cops, all 15 of them. Boy, they won't come out to a service call. They won't do a thing. They just sit there waiting. The local detachment here has gone up threefold since before the Olympics. I've seen military vehicles moving up and down this valley recently. And here's the poisoning of my people. Oh, Seminayo. How could I have awakened in a world like this? What a challenge. Every day, more of this poisoning. I mean, there's examples of this going on in California. If you could get a government person to take a sample, you'd find that there's thallium, boron, and other toxins in that cloud that drift down into the valley. If you look at the United Nations documents, you can research it online. It's called the Manhattan Project 3, 1998, the creation of clouds to reflect sunlight as alleged for global warming. What it really is related to what Dick Cheney did right after 9/11. Him and his son-in-law spent 6 years lobbying to have security regulations reduced on chemical plants in North America, specifically in New Jersey. That set a precedent for all chemical plants to basically have $8 an hour security guards overlooking the management of toxic waste. So there's our toxic waste, there's our tar sands waste, there's what's called non-compressible gases in the tar sands. Every barrel of oil they produces about 1 cubic foot of non-compressible gases, about 1,500 cancer-causing chemicals. Now you can't account for them in Canada because they're all being put into these damned chemtrails. The same constituents can be found in chemtrails as in this byproduct of the tar sands. That's just in Canada. This mountain ridge on my left here separates the Fraser River between the Fountain Valley Reserve area. The Stakatmik Nation is essentially an ink blot sort of shaped piece of land that is like Inuit, an autonomous region within British Columbia. There's 7 different nations or bands that own and control all the land around town. Even the road I'm on is through the Fountain First Nation or Hacklet First Nation. It stands to reason that Luciferians who control my government would be crop dusting my people. Nevertheless, so it is. So I'm born on this world. Here's what I'm going to do. This mountain due south, that's my sanctuary mountain. On the right hand side of it touches my magic circle. In the foreground touches the roadway, the passway. Here's my river Styx on the eastern side. And to the south is the wildland with the grizzly and the cougar, the eagle, my clan. What will happen now will be the subject of my next video.